Now it's time to do our first deployment. Remember that previously we get our local environment synchronized with our development environment. And as we said before, if we go to this, to the dev environment, and we go to the overview page, we could see that this is a link to our main branch. So let's do some changes locally. So let's go there. In this case, to do some changes simulating a development scenario, I will install maybe the Webform module. So let's do Lambda Composer required, Webform module. I will then log into our local site using the Drush ULI command. So let's wait for it to finish. Okay, it is installing the Webform module right now. And now it is there. Now we'll use land.drush ULI to log in into our local environment. So with this thing here, please don't be concerned about this error. This is a known issue that we found with some canvas and varnish border that we use for our performance. But this is something that only happens in local, and this is not a real important or big issue. But we are investigating the best strategy to deal with this. Okay, so I will copy this part, and then I will go back here, and in my Lambda side, I will copy this part at the end, and in this way, I will be logged into our local Drupal site as an administrator. Then I will go to extend, and I will enable the Webform module that we just installed. So I will install these and also Webform UI. With those things checked, I will click on install, and there will be a process to do that. Okay, it is done. Now I'll go to structure. I will to web forms. In web forms, by default, it comes with this contact form out of the box. Let's modify this bit. In this case, I will go to build, and I will add our custom one custom element right now. Could be a checkbox, and it could be I'm sure this is the best webinar. Okay, so I'm giving now the users in this form the option to select that this is the best webinar. I will make it required for the users because I want them to be honest. Okay, so let's do this. I'm saving. I will view my new form as it is right now. So after this, in Drupal, these kind of things are configuration changes, the new web form with those fields. So I will export those configuration changes and I will push them into the repository to trigger the continuous integration. So let's do this part. Go back to our terminal, clear here, then lando-drush, and then the config export command. Okay, as you could see, it was exported. Now from here, maybe to make things easier to see, I will open a cursor to see the elements there. Sorry, we'll open cursor, and from this cursor tab, I will just let things to be easier to see. So as you can see, in cursor, we can see that now the configuration was exported and we have the composer files and all those things. I think at this point, we are really good and ready to commit because we export the configuration, so the Webform module will be enabled and the form that we just modified will be there. So let's do that. Git status, a lot of things, git add. I will create the key, the commit. Maybe you are seeing those things really small, so I will make those things a bit bigger. Git commit, and this is the initial commit. And then before pushing, I will show you something really nice. I will go to the environment, and in the environment settings, I will go to the automation tab. In this automation tab, we provide some of the common Drush commands that usually you need after the deployment of the code was completed. So this is the update database command and the clear cache. But in this case, because we want the configuration to be also imported, I will disable those two and I will just enable the trash deploy command. The trash deploy command is a combination of update db, configuration import, and clear cache. Also, as you could see in this below, you are able to add also other trash commands in a different order. You can sort the commands in the right order that you want them to be executed in the site. But in this case, yeah, as I told before, for me, trash deploy is enough, and I will save the changes. So as you can see, just save the changes in this way. Now we are ready to push our changes. So let's go there and do git push. We just push the changes and let's see what happened in our environment. Let's come back here to the overview tab. In the overview tab, you will see a lot of good information about your environment. You will have also some quick actions like visit site, logged into the site, clear cache, clear varnish, all those things. Right now, I will log into the site for you to see what we have in the site. So behind the scenes, it will generate a one-time login for you, and it will load the site with the administrator, the main administrator. So this is our development side. We have the main administrator. As you could see, this still doesn't have the Webform module, and it still doesn't have the things that we just did. We need to wait for the push to come. But this is another good thing that you can see here. From the environment overview, you could see that it already recognizes the new changes or the push that we just did. It was able to receive the code, and then after that, it is now built in the artifact. What it means that it is built in the artifact? In our case, it means that it is creating an image of this site with the new changes. And why this is important? Because to provide a zero downtime deployment, your main site is still working while there is a mirror that is building the new version. This is what is happening here. We are building that new version, having like a mirror of the existing one. And then when it is ready and it is completely working, then we are ready to finally show that to the end users. So that's the idea. The idea is that this building process will create the artifact. It usually takes maybe just 4 minutes in general. So let's wait a couple of minutes for that. And then I will explain to you what happened in the next stage. Now it is in the deployment process. So it means that the artifact or the new version is ready. And now what it is doing, it is pointing the website or this environment in this case to that new version. So those things are happening now. So let's wait for that process. But in the meantime, I can show you this part. I will open this drop down. And as you could see, it is showing me the history of the things that were happening before. So at some point, it detected the initial commit that I did before. It was building the artifact that is this new image that is detected. Then it is now it is, as you could see, doing the deployment of this part. The good thing is that if it finds any issue during these processes, you will be able to see the output here. So this is something that it's really good because it is providing you a better visibility of your deployments and what's happening in which moment those things are happening. And now we have the post-deployment. In the post-deployment process, it will run the trash commands that we defined before. And in this case, as you remember, we were setting the trash deploy command to be run. So it was doing that process. It was running the command, and as you could see, it was successfully done. Now we can go to our site in the development environment and see the status after the deployment was completed. Let's go back here, reload this page. And as you could see now, we have the web forms module here, and we have our contact web form. And let's go there, click on this web form. And as you can see here, the changes are there. So we are seeing our changes in that environment after the deployment, and the configuration import was working really good.